Good morning, everyone. It is time for the garden walk. Oh, I've been trying to put all the stuff from the other side of the house, which is where I originally started growing stuff, out here to the garden so that I have everything in one spot. Now, this week we've had a lot of storms, and with one of them, one of the pine trees fell in the front yard. And had prices. They want $1,300 to $1,000 to cut it up. I had to put the last $2,000 on my credit card to get the trees taken down that were over my neighbor's yard. So I told the guy yesterday, I reckon it'll sit there. Anyway, let's see. We have some pokeberries. Don't they look pretty? Look at these. Aren't they gorgeous? It's the first of the season, so I'm just going to take 3. Let's see. Right now, I think 3 a day is fine. My body missed them. Now remember, you swallow. It's like taking pills. You do not want to chew. The seeds are not good. So now I have my little herb stuff out here, although I think the move may have killed some stuff. Those are some irises. This fall I've got to get those out of the pot and plant it in the ground. And then these are my red Pontiac potato. The one that they gave me one. And then this is sweet potatoes. Let's see. And dill. I need to get out here and cut the dill. Although part of me's thinking maybe I need to let it go to seed. More sweet potatoes. Well, the move just killed that squash. It's over. It's dead. It's done. There's a couple trees in there. This is Tabasco hot pepper. Not very happy. I forget what those 2 things are. Let's see. Hi, Zoe. What is this? What are you? I don't know. Well, we'll stick it back in there. Sweet potatoes, sweet potatoes, sweet potatoes. So I think what I'm going to do is get me a bunch of clippings this year and put them in a pot to keep through the winter for my slips for next year. We'll see how that goes. There's Miss Zoe out here to the garden. So let's just start at the top and work our way down, because for me the fun stuff's at the bottom. Let's see. Here is our strawberries. Now here is a plant that is growing up. I don't know what it is, but we got one. And it's sure being pretty. It looks like a melon. I'm gonna go with cantaloupe just because the cantaloupes, I've had to pull up a bunch of them. These guys, cannas, I think they're so beautiful. They're the salmon cannas. They're blooming. So what I want to do is get the seeds off of them and save them, and I'll do seeds every year. These tomatoes, I don't know if something's eating them. Not seeing a red one. I see a red one hiding. Let's see. Way down there. One red one. I've been waiting on that one all summer to grow. But these little tiny tomato plant with tiny tomatoes has pretty much taken over the garden. They killed and ate my dill, and they have overtaken my cucumbers. Well, they've even overtaken my horseradish. So next year they're not going over here. I mean, this is the second year I've not gotten any tomatoes out of the garden. So I'm very glad that I still have the tomato plant out there by the carport because that's where I've gotten. I mean, I've had 2-3 tomatoes. I get one every once in a while. I probably got one to pick today or tomorrow out there now. So this is what we're doing. Now we got these two fellows are starting to bloom. So I'm gonna have to, we're gonna have to get rid of the blooms from the other plant because I don't want to grow. I mean, I want to be able to save the seeds from these guys this year. So there's that. I don't know why you're hollering. So here we go. Everything's so lush now. Beautiful. It looks like the candy roaster is taking over. I mean, this candy roaster runs from here all the way down here. Look at that. That's 25 foot easy because this garden's only 50 feet. So that's 25 feet. Wiping out the watermelons. Ha ha ha, right? Okay, so Hopi corn is starting to tassel. The storm is not some over because I don't have the rest of this fence over. The okra is knocked over. We had a lot of storms. I do not see a single watermelon on this side. Again, I think I left the door open the other day. I think somebody's gotten in here and taken some watermelons. I thought maybe that the raspberries were 2 seasons since they bloomed and I was picking raspberries in May and June. I figured, well, they'll come back this fall, but no, I think they're just once. They just are earlier. They say they're not until July, but I don't think so. They did not wait till July. Maybe next year, but not this year. Okay, so I always get bit so bad with there's one melon right there, and it's already white, so I'm gonna go with, this is the big white one. I'm gonna go ahead and go with that, and I'll start tearing this plant out this week because there's no point in keeping it. I've got one, and that's all I want. The rest of these I don't want blooming and mixing with that up there. So here is my Silver Queen corn. There's my Silver Queen corn. Again, these fences are 10 feet tall. And then this is my Peaches and Cream. Again, the big fences are 10 feet tall. These are 36 inches. And then this is my Hopi. and it does not look to be getting as tall. So interesting, interesting, interesting. There we go. Okay, so down here is where I planted the brule corn. Come on, Zoe, out of the way. Move, Susie. What I did was, after I planted these seeds, I had some extras, so I just put them all down here around the outside. And then where the holes are, I will come back and put those in. But the corn is coming up. It's a 70-day corn, or 75 days, so the middle of October will be when it's picked. We got baby corn. We got a ton of mosquitoes too. It's raining hard every evening, and so right now we got a lot of mosquitoes. So, how is the corn doing? How is the corn doing? The peppers, I think, did not like being in the shade of the corn. I'm gonna say that right now. So, we're facing north here. This is supposed to get a lot of sun, but it just never did. Let's see. The corn is starting to turn. I'm thinking I'll be able to get some next week, maybe. Still got a lot of green tassels, but we've got a couple here that are turning red. Not gone brown yet. But looking good, looking good. Let's see. Just want to see if they're, where the watermelons are. There's one. Let's see. So the curlicue here is gone. I'm going to cut this one because it's completely dried. See? Take this one, and then that one's still a little green, so we're going to leave it. Let's look at the, I think this is finally blooming, maybe. Oh, it was supposed to be a fast crop, but it doesn't feel like it's been a fast crop. Let's see. How are these watermelons doing? Well, I don't see the curly on this one unless that's it. But I'm not going to pick it today because I just picked this other one. And then that one. So, let's make sure we shut the door. Good. I do have one hen left and she loves watermelon. But I would see a carcass. So I don't know. This is what we got this year. I'm gonna let one watermelon from each of the baby and the crimson go to seed so that I have it. It's the 1st of August. So I've got to get out here and clear out a place to start planting peas. So it, you know, that sort of thing, to make sure plenty of nutrition for next year. And I want to open up this middle area. It's never been exposed to gardening. I'd like to have it for next year. And then, as you see, the experiment of this year was learning how The big pumpkins and corn are my big things this year. I haven't learned anything valuable about my potatoes except apparently they're rotting in the ground. But from now on, it seems like all the vines want to go downhill. Look at this, they're all going downhill. So next year, I have a 2-foot row here that will go all the way across the back here. And I'm planting all my melons down there so they can go that way into the future orchard, because that's where my orchard's gonna be. And slowly I will keep the 5 or 6 main bushes and the strawberries and boysenberries, but the babies they have, I'm gonna start moving them around the fence line and places out here so the berries, get them moved out. If they live, they live. If they don't, they don't. I'll have the regulars right here. Now, the other thing I want to do is plant comfrey and something else. There's something strong that you're supposed to plant around the garden so that the deer can't smell danger, and so they won't come near it. And I forget, it's one of my herbal plants, and I'm gonna plant them around the edges of the garden, but we'll see. Here's the shot of corn. Everybody's tasseling. My staggering did not work because I do have tassels from the Hopi tasseling with the other stuff. So there's that. Here's the garden walk, and it looks like Miss Zoe is ready to go. You ready to leave, Zoe? Yes. Let's go run away. It's so beautiful, beautiful, beautiful out here. Been slowly grabbing all the stuff. Like I said, trying to get the garden yard packed up. All the chicken stuff moved up to the chicken house. All the garden stuff moved out here. And once I see everything I've got, I can start getting rid of stuff. It's just been overwhelming. Charles dropped off a truckload of stuff November 2 years ago. And I'm still trying to get it out. That's why we've not been able to get the fire stuff done, because I haven't got the stuff out. The people can't come clean it till I get stuff out of the house. I can't get stuff out of the house. I get stuff off the back porch. Everything is a process. You got to do this so that you can do that. But I did mow just a little bit of grass. So hopefully some fresh clover will come up for the bees. Although they're really enjoying the corn. Oh, what are you doing, Zoe? Miss Thing got up on top of the house the other day. I'm really excited because she seems to trust me. She couldn't get off the house. I imagine she climbed up in a tree and dropped on the roof, is what I imagine happened. So she was at the screen door hollering at me, so I came out and reached up, and of course she wasn't going to bother jumping down on me. I was kind of glad, because when she jumps, it's always with her claws out. So then I put up a bag that was out here that had something in. I put it up, and she didn't want on that. So then I thought, well, she loves boxes, so I got a box, and I put it up real high over my head, and sure enough, she put a few feet in. Then she put the rest of the feet in, and I was able to lift her down. But I was glad she trusted me enough to do that. That made me feel good. Made me feel real good. Well, folks, y'all have a good week.